So in this edition, we've got quite a few things going on, from getting to preview Tron, light cycle run, getting a new zero turn, getting rid of a zero turn, and gosh, so many things going on. But stay tuned and you'll see what happens. We're gonna try this Tron light cycle thing we got going. So cast member previews, and yeah, should be fun. God bless you. Here we go. So we got it. There's the particle shrinker thingy, and off we go.
For your safety, remain seated in the light cycle at all times. Keep your straps securely fastened. Supervise young teen new users at all times. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado en su light cycle en todo momento. Mantenga la barra de seguridad bien ajustada. Supervise a los pequeños del equipo sur en todo momento.
This is one that's been bugging me for a while. This is Don Earl's silk screen for his clapboards. So all of the clapboards that you see made by Earl for the television industry, that top piece there was silk screened on this, using this template. So originally I had put the picture hanger, because I've hung it on the wall up here on this side. So it hung upside down, and I realized it, so now it's been bugging me. So now I moved that to this side so that it can actually hang and face the correct way. So quick story on this. I picked up the silk screen and a bunch of other stuff from his workshop in Newbury Park, California. When Don passed away, he had gotten a COVID shot or vaccination, and then passed away shortly after that. But his son David then was tasked with clearing out all of the stuff from his shop. So he had a sale, and I bought a bunch of the stuff that he had, some drill presses, hit some boxes and things. But this, I think, is probably the most historic of all the parts that I got from Don's collection, and really proud to be able to hang it on the wall. A little bit more history on Don's clapboards, or slate boards, slates. This is one obviously in kind of the yellowy orange, kind of a different, he did a bunch of different styles. He did them for specific productions, but his will always have Earl down in the lower corner. Well, what happened is Film Tools came in, and they kind of duplicated the clapboard. I mean, this is a Film Tools one. It's literally the exact same size, the exact same shape. And the reason for that is they had these boxes that these slates would fit into. You notice the screws may be slightly different than Don's. But anyway, when I talked to David about him continuing on his dad's work of doing clapboards, he kind of said, nah, Film Tools really killed off the business for them. People were going straight to Film Tools and buying the slates from them instead of wanting the original Earls. Film Tools was selling them a little bit cheaper, but Film Tools is a much larger business. Don was literally a very small shop, much smaller than the shop I've got here, probably the size of my garage, that he operated in. He would take in and had an engraver that would cut all these out of the blanks. So it's kind of sad to see that kind of an era end, especially when Don Earl had pretty much a corner on the market for most of his career. But anyway, that's a little bit of the history of the slapboard or clapboards and slates. Okay, so I got this wind chime project. Karen was nice enough to do a drawing of how all the holes are laid out. Basically, this all one-handed. This piece of wood has rotted. I've glued it back together at least twice, and many of the strings, especially the ones that hold the wind chimes up, have just rotted through and broken. So we're going to make a new board for that, and what I'm going to make it out of is cedar. Hopefully the cedar will last a little bit longer. I found this really nice board. Probably paid way too much money for it, but this is cedar. It's got a little bit of check here on one end, but this side looks good. It's this other side that's kind of got a rough texture to it, and it's a little cupped. So my plan is to run it through the planer, both sides, get it nice and clean and flat, and then I'm going to cut two pieces and glue them together so that the grains, I'll have the grain going opposite on the second piece, glue those together, and then make that spanner piece for the wind chime. But I have to haul my planer because I really don't have enough power to run the planer in here. So it's on a cart. We're going to run it down the rubber and over to the garage where I actually have decent power, and go from there. So the next day or so, the tractor should be ready, which is good news. Problem is I fell a tree in front of the space where I normally would have pulled the trailer out, so it's kind of blocking everything. So I've got this little space between me and the trailer that I can get that out. To do that easier, instead of trying to drag the truck over there and do that, I'm going to go get the farm truck and use the ball on the front, which is way easier to maneuver things. And I'm going to pull that trailer out, and I'll just essentially just back up and put it right next to the shop there. So that'll be fun. All right, so now the trailer's over there ready to be moved. Truck's back in the shop. No trailer over there. So when it comes time, I'll just hook the trailer up, set up right about there. Actually, no, that's how where I'll come back. Unload the trailer there. But then there's Thor, hanging out in the shade. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you ready to come inside? Yeah? Okay. We can go inside. Well, I just got done test driving my Kubota Z422. It's last year's model, so I got a good deal on it. Had the lawn sweeper up, and if you notice, there's very few pine cones now left in the yard as I swept them all up. It did a great job. Let me show you what I picked up here. So we got all this, no raking involved, which was nice. The Ryobi was neat as a zero turn, being electric and all, but doing a lawn sweep and then mowing if the grass got very long, it was pushing the limits of a charge, and it takes several hours to charge. So we opted to get the Kubota. But I'm excited about this one. This one also has a suspension seat. Our lawn is very rough, so it makes going over the bumps and such much, much nicer. So, as you can see, our gorgeous Florida sun is setting, and I think I'm going to call it a day out here. Well, sitting here trying to relax, get my head in this. Usually takes me a couple days to relax and get into the mode, but I'm hoping I can jumpstart that by sitting here at a quiet time, swinging in a hammock, trying to figure out what I'm up to. So I'm here at Lake Yale. It's a Baptist conference center in, Mount Dora. There's some other town nearby, but I can't remember what it is. Anyway, here for the Men's Advanced from Discovery Church. So hopefully I get a lot out of this. We'll see. Get some time to relax and do some healing, both physically and spiritually. So it should be a lot of fun. It's a great venue, and I'm just sitting here looking up, and it's kind of hard to describe this. Let me show you. So this is kind of a canopy. It's my foot. The bunch of these hammocks are attached to this palm tree. The palm tree goes up, and here at Lake Yale, there's so many of these oak trees, and they're just gorgeous. Spanish moss dripping over them. So this is just a really awesome canopy that's sitting up above me that I'm sitting under. So I'm going to sit here and relax for a bit. Maybe I'll do some updates, let you know how it goes. But God is at work.
Jump off. Oh man. This way, look this way. Yeah, the other way, Joe. Hey, let me get it. There you go. Picture. He's taking a selfie. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I got it. Literally on the ground. That's awesome. All right. Wait, leave one person on. In the middle? In the middle, yeah.
Yeah, leave one guy.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. I hope I got something. All right. There's not a lot to do again.
Oh, so you pull on it and get off. That's the problem.
Don't have the luxury of walking on the ground this time.
You can do it, Dan. Keep it going.
There we go.
Okay, we gotta keep going. Not over. Go across here.
Oh no.
Hold on. 2 feet. All 4 feet on that. Oh, all right, go ahead.
In?
I'm
on, take it.
Yeah, I don't weigh that much.
You got it.
Make sure you don't let that one fall when you guys step off of it.
Okay. Wait a minute. You don't need the plank you're standing on. You can leave there.
We just
need
get past the
long
big
one.
one. Okay.
Leave like forward.
Just keep going.
Don't let it touch the
This
ground.
one will hit the ground.
Don't let it touch the ground.
Don, you can move around because Mark's holding the board.
You got it?
Don, you can work freely. You don't have to stay on that. Yep.
You got it.
So take 1 or 2 of them.
We're gonna get it.
4. 1, 2, 3. There you go. That's the spirit.
Wait, 6. All right, Glenn, up a little bit.
8, get ready.
Brad, up a little bit. You're the lowest.
Slow down. 9 is here. 9. 10.
10. Now everybody slow down. Call your number.
After Mark.
You got it. Keep it going.
Can't be a brother again.
4. 4. 4.
Slow down.
We had to cheat, but we did it.
Well, it's kind of a happy and sad day. I get to say goodbye to the Ryobi Zero Turn that we had. Got it sold, so I was able to use that money actually for a down payment for the Kubota. I fronted the money for the Kubota, assuming that I was going to be able to sell it. Actually got a little bit more than I was hoping, which was really good. It helps us out with finances here. But yeah, so off it goes. Well, that's going to wrap up today's edition. If you get a chance, like, subscribe, comment, let me know if I did something goofy or if you want more of this kind of stuff. But it's about it for this time. I know it was a little jumbled. It's been a while, but not a lot going on right now that I'm trying to do my recovery. And that's going well. So thanks for all your prayers. And yeah, still doing physical therapy. That'll be going on for a little while. But all in all, happy with where we're going.